What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the Pearson Podcast, episode 51. Hope you all had an absolutely amazing Christmas. I really do. I sure did. I was telling my parents each Christmas each Christmas that happens is the best Christmas I've ever had. Not even having to do with the gifts, just, the vibes and everything is just so amazing. But we'll get into that in a bit. Let me run down really quick of what we're talking about throughout this podcast. Going to be talking about Christmas, how the gifts I gave out went. Going to talk about what I got personally as presents. And that's going to take up quite a bit because I'm going to go into in-depth. I'm going to talk about my travel. I have chosen a destination. Well, I'm about 90% sure this is the place. And I'm going to be talking about the place and how much I'm going to spend on it and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to talk about 2022. I rhymed. I'm going to be talking about snowstorm. We're currently in a snowstorm, and that should carry us to an hour, hopefully. So let me turn on my handy dandy transcriber. If you guys are new here, I'm Riley Pearson, and my brain hops around like a frog on a lily pad, and so I have this transcriber thing here, so it just transcribes everything I'm saying. So if I get lost, I'll look down at that, and hopefully it'll bring me back to what I was talking about. Still judging the distance of my microphone, how far it should be, because usually, you hear the whole thing where it should be a fist away, but this microphone, it captures it pretty decent from far away. So trying to keep it in the green here. I can see my audio levels right even now it's in the yellow a little bit, so it's pretty interesting. But it's honestly kind of nice not having to be super close to my face. Feels more natural, like I can just naturally talk. So I gotta adjust it real quick. I want it to be perfectly in the center. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys are doing well in life. And like I said, I hope your Christmas was great. Let's get right into it. So Christmas was yesterday. I'm uploading this Monday, but I'm recording it Sunday, the day after Christmas. It was awesome. It was amazing. I got everything I wanted, and that's all you can ask for, am I right? Basically, well, let's get into it. So I'll start off with how my Christmas gifts went, like the Christmas gifts I gave out. So I got for almost everyone a custom T-shirt design. Now I'll go through them. So my mom's was a purpley chrome metallic skull with daisies and plants growing out of it, because she likes daisies, and I did a similar version of a skull and the flowers coming out of it last year, and I did that in Adobe Dimension, which is decent. It's a decent 3D software. I actually think they have There's a use for Adobe Dimension. I hope they continue working with 3D, because if Adobe can just monopolize the whole art space, because they've already done it with Photoshop. Photoshop is like a standard. Even Illustrator has some things that might do it similar, but still, Photoshop, they got to nail down. After Effects, Premiere, there's Final Cut, but that's besides the point. Did that in Dimension, but I did this new one in Blender, which is a professional 3D software. So I kind of just, it's like an evolved version of the one I did, excuse me, last year. And if you're wondering where I get all of my t-shirts, I recommend this place highly. I've tried many different places. This place is the best that I have found, and it is either Vistaprint or Promotique, and Promotique is owned by Vistaprint, so I get most of them from Promotique. You can get all kinds of things, not just shirts. I got this one actually from Promotique. This is, probably 2 or 3 years ago, though. Still holds up. That's the thing. I mean, literally has, barely faded. This is basically what it looks like when I got it, and this is 2 or 3 years ago. And this, I think it was like $8, including the shirt, including the print, including the, actually, I don't know if including the shipping, but it's, crazy. But yeah, so got them all from Promotique. So yeah, got that for my mom. Got my dad, I got, I have this alien design that, I have this alien design that I did, around when I got these shirts 2-3 years ago. And my dad is always like, oh, I like that alien. I'd like a t-shirt of that alien. But the one I had was like covered in tattoos and stuff like that. So we wanted it without the tattoos and something like that. Something along those lines. So I did it as the alien, like golfing with a golf swing, like looking up, at the shot. And wearing a t-shirt with his company logo on the shirt. So I thought that was pretty cool. Sorry, my neck is just killing me today. Ever since Christmas morning, my neck has just been murdering me. It's terrible. So that's why I'm gonna be twitching out, like popping my neck. It's bad. So did that for my dad. Jax, I did. Okay, so my 3 little brothers, I did a medical logo with the 2 snakes wrapping around. He's got 2 snakes, Checkers and Plum, and they're wrapped around the medical logo. I'll try and place the pictures over the video. That'd be kind of nice. I'll try and remember that, but no promises. So did that for Jax. Spencer, he has this anime show he likes, and he probably wouldn't like me if like it if I said it, so I'll just keep it at that. It's just a character he likes on the shirt. Casey, I did a skull of flames coming out of the eyes and mouth, and the Triforce from Zelda on there as well. He likes Zelda. I love Zelda as well. If you guys don't know Zelda, check it out. Especially Ocarina of Time. That one bangs. So that's my immediate family done. My grandma, I did a 3D text of the word grandma in this pinkish purple color. Her favorite color is purple. And she loves sewing. So I asked her to choose a bunch of her favorite fabrics and set them aside, and I took pictures of all of her favorite fabrics, and basically implemented them into 3D software, and applied a cloth simulation to have them droop over the 3D text in a physically accurate way. So it just kind of droops over and a little kind of obstructs the word grandma a little bit, but yeah, I thought that came out very good. And then for my grandpa, I call him Boompaw, so I got this cool kind of, his favorite color is green, so it's kind of like this greenish purple crystal-like text of Boompaw. That came out good. And then my cousin, Kalisa, she also likes Zelda as well, so I got her a cool Zelda shirt with her nickname on there. So yeah, those were cool. And then my friends, I got Dallas something that I can't say, even though he's probably not going to watch this, I haven't given it to him yet, so I'll keep that. I'll keep that mysterious for now, just in case on the off chance he is watching this. Hi, Dallas. And then Josiah, I gave him the Meat Locker shirt back when we were doing the Meat Locker. If you guys don't know, the Meat Locker podcast is something we started with Dallas and Josiah, my two best friends, and we have now stopped doing that because, I mean, basically, long story short, they just got too busy. So we just stopped that. But still, I got these shirts, and I actually like wearing the shirts because I feel like a lot of people might be like, "Oh, you actually like wearing those shirts?" I mean, it failed, the podcast, and I actually think the complete opposite. I think it's something to be checked off. It's something that if we didn't do it, we would have always wondered, wow, what if we started a podcast? Would that have been possible? Blah, blah, blah. So wearing that is like, it's done. It's checked off my list. Maybe we can restart something along those lines in the future, but, it's, yeah, I love it. So gave him that, and then he's got Josiah King Composing on YouTube. Check it out. He makes amazing film scores and just little songs. They're amazing. But yeah, check him out. But I got him a shirt with his logo on there in chrome. And oh yeah, I also got my grandma a wireless glue gun. Because she's got the wired one. She's really big in fabric, sewing and crafts and all that stuff. So I feel like just having a wireless one would be next level. So I believe that's all the gifts checked off. Yeah, so those all went very good. And moving on to the gifts that I received. Yeah, so let's move on to the gift. Oh yeah, forgot. I'm going to, in true podcast spirit, I'm going to crack open a Liquid Death. Because no podcast is a podcast without some Liquid Death. And I have fallen for the trap, for the simple marketing trap of Liquid Death. They just look so cool, and all these podcasters are drinking it. So I asked for Liquid Death for Christmas. You got me, Liquid Death. But what I will say, sorry if that was loud, is, let me take a sip of this right quick. You know what they did that was very smart? Is they put the logo, I don't know if all brands do this, or I'm just noticing this now, but they put the logo on the back of it, not just the front. So when you're drinking it, you'll be able to see the logo as well. I mean, and these are just sick bottles or cans. And if you're not familiar with Liquid Death, there's no alcohol in it. And I know it looks like a beer or, some whatever White Claw looking thing, but it's just seltzer water. And it's water from the Alps. And this stuff, I mean, it's great. I'll start it off right there. It's great. It's good. It tastes like quality. It tastes like snow. Very nice melted snow. I got the sparkling one. They've got straight and sparkling. I think that's all the flavors they have, which is no flavor, just water flavor. But yeah, it's great. So, yes, sir. I need to really rethink drinking seltzers, though, on the podcast, because they make me burp because of all the carbonation. I need to rethink that. Okay. So, the gifts I got. So, starting off, my mom and dad, as a family, we got a VR, a Quest 2 VR. And if you are an adamant watcher of the podcast, you'll know that I got it once before and took it back because, if you're curious and you watch the video, but it was awesome. It was almost too awesome. And I'll get into that right now before I get into the other gifts. Now, this is my first VR experience. Like I if you're a real OG, you'll know about the Google Cardboard, which is something you buy, and it's just like this flat piece of cardboard, and you like, kind of one of those things where you pop it out and then fold the cardboard, and then it'll make a little VR box thing, and then you put your phone, slide it into this little slot that will show your phone through the lenses, and then it's, a makeshift kind of VR thing, and that was my only VR experience, and you had to hold it there, and it wasn't that great, but you still got the experience. You kind of got a little taste of what VR could be. Now, with this Quest 2 VR, as the Oculus bought by Facebook, and key to the metaverse and all that stuff, it's a standalone VR system. Now, if you're not familiar with standalone, before, with most VR systems, you need to have a computer and plug it into the headset. So you're not actually you're streaming your computer screen to your Quest. It's not all in your Quest thing. But with the Quest 2, the whole computer and everything and screen and everything is inside of the goggles or the headset, and you don't need any cords at all. You can do it with cords still, which is great. They give you that option. And there's also this thing called AirPlay, where you can link the headset to a computer and link it that way. But there's going to be some lag and everything, so I'm not even going to go through that. VR is all about responsiveness, and you want it to actually feel immersive, and it won't do that if there's a little bit of a delay with movement. So, but who knows? Maybe it's not going to be that much, but I can't imagine it being perfectly synced. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally transferring, so much information through the air, and to have it be almost instant, I don't think so. Not yet, at least. But this Quest 2, it's all in the goggles. You don't need any cords at all. It's awesome. But what makes it a little weird is, I don't know, I'm probably just thinking way too much into it, but it makes me feel like when you're in a video game, like when you're watching this video right now, where is your consciousness? Is it in the video, or is it in your head watching? You're sitting in your bed or whatever watching it? Because I feel like your consciousness is where you believe you are. Now, because when I'm in this virtual reality, and I try and make it as immersive as I can, for the sake of having fun, whatever. I really play into it, and I really feel like I'm in there. And when I take it off, I feel like I've just put on a virtual reality headset. It's very weird. When you put it on, you feel like you've entered a new realm. And when I take it off, I feel like I've entered a new realm as well. And I almost feel like I'm looking through a virtual reality headset. It's very, very weird. Very trippy. And if you've never experienced a virtual reality headset and don't know what I'm talking about, maybe you'll try it on one day and kind of know what I'm talking about. But it's, or maybe I'm just insane, you know? But it's a little trippy, and I honestly can only do like 10 minutes of it, and that even that sometimes is a little too much, because when I get out, my brain is just like, you know, it's trippy. Trippy is the best way I can explain it. So that was the VR. So I also got a mushroom grow kit, which is organic, and it grows organic oyster mushrooms. I believe that's what they're called. Whoops, sorry about that. Pearl oyster clams, or pearl oyster mushrooms, which is just the standard mushroom for, you know, stir fry, stroganoff, you know, all those cooking dishes, blah, blah, blah. So it's cool. You just grow it in the box it comes with, and it just grows out, and you cut it as you cut the mushrooms, excuse me, as you need it, and they just grow back. It's pretty cool. I'm really big into mushrooms. I love, it's just such, mushrooms are so trippy. It's like real life spells almost, you know what I mean? Like, there's ones that can make you trip and hallucinate. There's ones that'll kill you. There's ones that'll heal things. Lion's mane, you know, grows back brain cells and memory support. I mean, there are so many crazy mushrooms, and I'm pretty sure, I think there's something like 30 or 40% of the earth is mycelium. 30% of the earth's soil, that is, not the rock and everything, but the soil is mycelium. So it's like, it's just crazy. And I believe mycelium is, it's not quite mushroom, but it's, I don't know enough to talk about it, but you know, look into it. Paul Stamets is one of the world's leading mushroom experts. And he actually lives quite close to me. But he's been on Joe Rogan a few times, and he's awesome. If you watch the first Joe Rogan Experience appearance, then you'll kind of know what I'm talking about, the ratio between soil and mycelium, and he kind of explains what mycelium is. But yeah, I think mushrooms are super cool, and yeah, it's just so alien-like, you know. I wonder if there are underwater mushrooms, you know, like in the ocean and stuff. And there are so many different species of mushroom. It's like every year they just find so many more. And so, man, this world is a trip, I'll tell you that for free. So my next gift is a bonsai tree grow kit. Now, I love the Asian culture and Japanese. I'm not sure exactly where. I thought bonsai trees originated in Japan, but nonetheless, I got a bonsai tree growing kit, and I've always wanted to grow a bonsai tree, and you know, trim it, make it great, and you know, cool stuff like that. And the one I got is a Japanese maple strain, or whatever you want to call it, tree, the type of tree it'll be. And that's going to be so awesome. Like, that's a tree I can literally have for the rest of my life. For the rest of my life. Maybe, yeah, I mean, and then just pass it on to generations. It's crazy to think. But yeah, I'm going to be documenting that somehow. So, mushroom grow kit, bonsai tree grow kit. I got the liquid death. That's something that's the thing. I fell in the trap. It's like, it's almost all branding. It just looks sick. These are the kind of things that you want to like. You want to keep the can after you drink it. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Liquid Death. If you want to sponsor me, if you want to get in on the Pearson podcast stock early, I'd recommend it. Hit me up. I'll just take free cans if you want to do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Liquid Death. So far it's cool, but until then, no free advertising. Even though I've literally talked about it for 5% of this podcast. So, next thing is candles. I love myself some candles. I got 3 candles from my grandma and grandpa. They're high quality candles and they smell great. There's Snickerdoodle, Pumpkin Pie, and I think Apple Crisp is the other one. Yeah, those are awesome. I love candles. I almost have too many candles now. Like I've got, I don't know, probably like 13, 14 candles now. They're all real nice and yeah, love candles. Love smell. I haven't even burnt any of them. I don't burn them. I just smell them. No, I'm a freak. So, my uncle got me all of the seasons of The Office on DVD, which might as well be gold. That might as well be Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT. It's like, those are going to be hard to get in the future. So yeah, I got all of them on DVD, although I do not have a DVD player, nor do I have a TV. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy a external DVD input type thing and just plug it into my computer, because these computers are too good for the DVD port, plus they're too thin probably, which is the big reason. They're literally like, literally a centimeter thick, or I think it's less than a centimeter. It's probably like 8 millimeters or some crazy thing like that. I'm like, you don't need to make them that thin. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't care. See, that's the thing with these laptops and the computers. They're just getting thinner and thinner and thinner. It's like, if it doesn't overheat and you can pack in crazy amounts of hardware and good stuff, then that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like, it just sits here, and a laptop, I mean, it's different for me as opposed to most people, probably, because most people just want it to be thin and they were going to be watching videos and stuff like that on it. I do intense calculations on this, with 3D rendering and stuff like that. So I run into a heat problem a lot of the time. Not with this necessarily. This is pretty good, but my MacBook and them getting hot is normal. So I don't know. It's just a little, and they're scared about turning on the fans in it because they want it to be super quiet. And I'm like, Jiminy Christmas, like, just make it last long, I mean, Mac computers last long regardless, with or without heat, or, even with heat. But imagine how long they'd last if, you weren't afraid to kick on the fans and make them a little thicker. The phones, though, I mean, this phone is basically on 24/7, it's never shut off, doesn't really heat up, and it's crazy fast, will last easily, easily 5 years, probably longer. I had my iPhone 7 for, I don't know, 5 years or something like that. Actually, has it even been out for 5 years? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 5 years, and my dad is still using it. So this is the 6th year, and he's still using it. I sold him it when I got this. So it's like, he's still using it, and the battery life, it's holding in. It's not obviously what it was when I got it, but it's still holding up. So yeah, The Office season's on DVD. My little brother Jax got me this sick SpongeBob T-shirt. I was gonna wear it for the podcast, but I need to wash it first. So that's really cool. I love SpongeBob. It's my favorite. You know, that and The Office is probably those for sure my two favorite TV shows that I could just watch endlessly forever. And it really should tell you how good SpongeBob is if I can watch it to this day as a 25-year-old and not be, you know, bored at all. I mean, really, SpongeBob has, man, for them to think of that, that's, how did they think of that? A sponge, for one, but a city underwater, it's like, and they've got so many secret little adult jokes in there that I love. Man, they just, it's so trippy and just out there. And since he's a sponge, you know, you can do, they can just do all these weird things with his body, you know, like split him down the middle and things. And it's not gruesome because it's a sponge. It's so funny. Yeah, I love SpongeBob, love The Office. And I got the Ancestry DNA kit, plus the traits add-on. I'm not sure what that'll do, but I've always wanted to do the Ancestry thing and just know exactly what's going on inside me. Plus the traits thing, whatever that entails. But when I get that, I shall be filling y'all in on what that tells me. And my grandma and grandpa gave me 200 bones as well. That was huge. That will help me so much with this trip I'm planning. And the most exciting tattoo, or the most exciting gift that I was wanting the most, was my surprise tattoo from my mom and dad, which they did confirm I am getting. They're having the consultation this Tuesday, and I'm getting it next March. So, I am excited for that. I'll tell you that for free. They're choosing, and if you're new here, they are. I asked my parents to choose a tattoo for me. You know, design it. Doesn't matter what it is. The sizing, the location. I didn't want it on my legs because I wanted it on my upper body to be able to see it and be able to show it. Got a, hold on just a sec, I gotta restart this. I got a, it's gonna be it's a really good tattoo artist. Yeah, I am very, very excited about that. So those are all the gifts that I got. Well, you know, more or less. There's a few small ones that I didn't, that I chose to keep private, and blobbity blue. So, I think I'm gonna save the best for last. And now I'm realizing that this probably will not be an hour. I'm gonna try my best, but if I have to do what I just did again, because I'm at 33 minutes right now, that might be a stretch. Because I am hungry as croup. I got these Buldak noodles. I think it's Buldak, and if you watch cooking videos or on YouTube, and you might know this girl named Lisa Nguyen, and she's a big proponent of the Buldak noodles. She always eats them, and they look so freaking good. And I've always wanted them. Went down to Safeway, which is a grocery store, you guys probably know, and they finally had them. I'm like, boom. Tried them a couple days ago. They are hot as crap, but they are so good. They're so good. It's crazy. Why did I say that? I don't know. So I'm gonna say the best for last, which is, you know, I don't know if it's best, but the big, my traveling thing, I'm going to say that for last. We are currently in a snowstorm. Oops, sorry, I'm hitting the mic. We are currently in a snowstorm, ladies and gentlemen, and not what it sounds like. it's not storming right now, but it is dropping a lot of snow. There's about a foot of snow outside. Last night, there was probably we had a white Christmas, by the way. Forgot to mention that. We had no snow until Christmas morning. It was pretty awesome. And it started at Christmas Eve. It was just a truly magical time. No snow until Christmas Eve night, and woke up and there was, a few inches, probably 2.5, something like that. And that was super cool. And it actually started, we had to, after we finished the gifts at my house, we drove to my grandma's house, which is only probably, I don't know, 2-3 miles from my house. But there was it wasn't snowing at all. And then on the way there, literally like a fourth into the drive, it started dumping and accumulating on the ground so quick. We were like, oh crap, you know what I mean? Because, one, people are idiots in the snow. People are complete idiots. They just think that they're, Need for Speed drifters, and they just will always be able to handle the car. But so I'm worried about them. I'm worried about my car sliding, because if you've ever driven in the snow or ice, you know that there's not a whole lot you can do if you get caught in a patch. You can do the best you can to counteract the direction you're going, and if you have an all-wheel drive car, it's a heck of a lot easier than if you just have front wheel drive. If you have rear wheel drive, you're done basically. But I'm just, it was a little anxiety inducing. So, when we got to my grandparents' house, we kind of, we rushed. It does suck, but I believe everything happens for a reason. And luckily we know what that reason was. We needed to leave soon, so we didn't get, snowed in on the way back. So we got back perfectly safe, and man, that was intense. Really, it really was. Driving home on that, I was pretty worried, because I've had some bad experiences in the snow. One I'll go into probably the most. I'll go into two quick ones. So a quick one is, I was driving down. I live on top of a hill, so it's always difficult getting up and down it in the snow, of course. But I was driving to work in my old car, my MDX, which is all-wheel drive, awesome car, 2003 MDX. That's a banger of a car. Terrible with gas, but man, it's a good frickin' car. I almost had 300,000 miles on it and never failed me once. Absolutely amazing car. I kept good care of it, but man, it's a good car. Okay, so I was driving down a hill, and it wasn't even snowy, it was just icy on the ground. So I was driving down the hill and I started spinning, and I think it's called perpendicular, where you're complete opposite direction of the road. I'm basically sliding down the road sideways, and I have all-wheel drive, so I just counteracted the spin and kind of gave it a little gas, and I got back on a track. But as I was spinning, the city bus was coming up. So if I didn't have an all-wheel drive car, I either would have hit the bus or just, tumbled down the hill. It's intense, but probably one of the most scary situations I've ever been in my whole life was, me and my friends used to go up these mountain road hills. We've got mountains all around where we live. And you'll be going up, and at the bottom of the hill, there's no snow, no nothing. But as you get higher in elevation, obviously, the more snow you get, and you run into snow. It's not like the more snow, you'll run into snow eventually. So we were like, and I hate mountain roads, regardless. But now we're going up this mountain. It was nothing. Now we hit the snow, and we're like, And the reason we were going up there is we were going to light a fire and just hang out, and that's one of the fun things we used to do. So we were like, we were waiting for a turnaround spot or just a cool spot to just chill at. But we were going up the road, and it was getting more and more snowy, and we're like, oh, geez, we can't. So we stopped midway through the road, and if you've ever been on a mountain road, I mean, 2 cars can't pass. I mean, it's like a little bit more than 1 car's width. So we were like, well, okay, so we had to turn around where there was a mountain on the right side of the road and a sheer drop to the other side, and I had to turn around. You know, my friends got out and were guiding me, you know, turning around and everything, and right when I'm again perpendicular completely, you know, on the opposite direction of the road, I start sliding down the mountain. And luckily I had all-wheel drive, and my MDX is, you know, a killer. Carried me right back up, but I mean, man, I can't even tell you how scary that was, and how, I mean, my car obviously would have been totaled, but I definitely would have been very badly hurt, if not, you know, just died. But yeah, so I do not like mountain roads, and I do not like driving in the snow. So put those together, and you get anxious Riley. So, that's about it for the snowstorm. It is, this whole time it's just been dumping snow. And luckily we went to the store on Christmas Eve and just got like a whole bunch of stuff, because we've had plenty of warnings. We knew it was probably going to snow a lot. So we went to the store and got like stuff for this whole week. So we're good on food. We don't have to leave at all. So that's good. And really makes me appreciative to have, you know, to be in a time that, I mean, that we've got heat and walls. I mean, man, if we were 200-300 years ago, we would be, I mean, right now people look forward to the winter. Wow, snow, fun. But back then, the people walking amongst the earth they dreaded winter. I mean, of course, food is harder to come by, obviously, shelter in the cold. I mean, it's a miracle that we lasted to get to this point. I mean, really, if you think about it, to last to this point that we have computers, I have a virtual fire, and I'm recording, I am transmitting this to whoever wants to see it through air, and we have walls and everything, and our ancestors are the ones that got us to this point. Absolutely amazing. This goes out to them. Yeah, so, excuse me, traveling. I'm actually going to close my window because I'm getting a little too cold. The window froze open. My window froze open. When I opened it at first, it was frozen closed. And just has been open for, 43 minutes, and it was frozen open. Hard to close. It's pretty crazy. It's currently 20 degrees, I believe. Let me make sure, in case y'all are wondering. It's 18 degrees. It says severe weather, National Weather Service, winter weather advisory, wind advisory. Yeah, so, the moment nobody's been waiting for, no, I'm just kidding, moment, at least I've been waiting for, is to talk about the travel. I almost spoiled it. You probably got it already from that, but, the place I am planning on going, and I'm about 90% sure, is Chiang Mai, Thailand. Boom. Chiang Mai, Thailand. I've always wanted to go to Thailand, and Chiang Mai. At first, I thought it was a small place, but it's actually a decently sized city. Yeah, it's a cool place in Thailand. I'm gonna go there. Now, this is my price breakdown for everything. So, tickets anywhere in the world practically are more or less $1,000. If you plan them correctly and everything like that. Anywhere in the world. So, $1,000 for the ticket, more or less, like I said. Now, so basically how I found this place is I was just looking on Airbnb.com and just scanning places for really cheap places to stay. And I found this place that was $15 a night. The hotel, which I didn't know was a hotel. I thought it was an Airbnb. But it's a hotel listed on the Airbnb website, and it's 15 bones a night. But it gets better. One, it's a nice hotel. It's nice. Two, it's shaped like a mushroom. You know me. I like mushrooms. The hotels are shaped like mushrooms. Huh? And they're $15 a night? Huh? And I can be there for 9 days and only pay $200 more or less, including tax? Huh? 9 days, $200? And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, they just look like regular hotels that you'd pay, $150 a night here. They look better than those hotels that you have in the United States. So yeah, and it's in a decent area. It's about 2 kilometers to the city, like the main city. But I'm planning on walking everywhere, and obviously cabs are very cheap, and man, okay. So $1,000 for the tickets, $200 for the hotel, and I'm doing $1,000 extra. Obviously I'll bring as much as I can, but I'd like at least $1,000 extra. So we're now at $2,200, and the extra $1,000 extra is for food, transportation, goofs, whatever, souvenirs, whatever, and I'm getting a tattoo there. Now, at first when I thought of, tattoo in Thailand, it might be some rinky-dinky shop where, it's unhygienic and stuff, but there's like 9 tattoo parlors in Thailand, and they're all like really good. I don't know what it is about Asia, but especially, like I said in the last podcast, South Korea, Seoul, insanely good tattoo artists, like insanely good. But and nonetheless, for Chiang Mai, they have some amazing tattoo artists. Like, it's really freaking, they're good. They're really, really good. A lot better than most of the ones I've seen in the United States. And I'm talking about the higher end in the United States, like they could be on Ink Master easily. So yeah, getting a tattoo in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I want to get a tattoo in every place that I go, every country or whatever place that I go. I think that would be freaking awesome. And yeah, pretty excited about that. So I guess something that'll bring me on to my next topic is I also need a camera. So I need $2,200 for the travel, and and I could go for less, but I want to go with extra just in case something happens. And I also want to live like a king over there, I want to spare no expense. I want to live it up. The only expenses that I'm sparing is hotels, but I could even stay in a hotel or a hostel for $5 a night or even less over there. So food, that's going to be like nothing, probably $10 a day, and that's getting a lot of food. You can get some giant bowl of pho, delicious with meat and noodles and broth and vegetables for like 75 cents. I'm not even yanking your chain, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, so $2,200 more or less, and I'll probably have extra when I come back. So $2,200 for the trip. That's what I need for the trip. And I also want a travel camera, because I can't really rely on my phone. I need my phone to be kind of a safety net type thing. And my camera is going to be the thing that obviously documents everything. Now, I have found the camera that I'm going to get. And it is called the Sony ZV-1, which is, you've probably heard about it if you know anything about vlogging, YouTubers, and blah, blah, blah. It's one of the biggest cameras for vlogging. And I'm just going to go and yeah, so it's about $600 for that camera. Plus, I'm going to get a tripod type thing. It's probably going to be one of those Gorilla Pod ones where they bend and they can turn into either a selfie stick / tripod. So I'm gonna get that. That'll set me back probably around $700 or so for both the camera and the tripod. Plus I need a bunch of batteries. The batteries will be, I think I found one on Amazon where it comes with 2 batteries plus a charger for like $16. So if I get like, camera probably comes with 1 battery, 2, I'd like to have 5 batteries. I always go overkill on the batteries because you never know what's going to happen. So batteries, I think I'm looking at about $750 for the camera and equipment that I need. So I'm looking about $3,000 for everything I need, and heck, thanks to these VV NFTs, I'm going to be well on my way. Mixing it with a little bit of savings I have. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some expenses that I'm not thinking about. That's a given. And there's still so many things that I need to look into, like SIM cards and visas and things along those lines. Yeah, so still so much research to be done for sure. And I'm probably going to go by myself, which is something that I didn't even think I should mention, but I guess obviously now here's the thing. I would go with my friends, but they're too busy. And I would go with my girlfriend, but I don't have a girlfriend. and that would be the ideal person to go with, a girlfriend. That would be awesome, but I don't have a girlfriend. So if there's any lovely ladies out there that would like to go with me, let me know. But so that would be fun. But I am honestly excited about the aspect of going by myself as well. I mean, it's good going with a girlfriend and equally good going by myself, truly. I mean, one, I just kind of like being by myself in general, but I feel like there'd be such a my grandpa pointed out to me that I'll probably be a lot more approachable being one person. Maybe I'd be more approachable if I had a girl as well, but that's nonetheless, because I'm planning on getting into some mischief over there, not negatively, but just doing it Harold Balder style, where I'll go deep into the depths of places that most tourists wouldn't go. Not that it's unsafe, but just non-touristy spots or just in the outskirts of the forest and all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, I think there's hugely positive benefits by going by myself. And I am not mad at the prospect of doing that. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm at 55 minutes. Let's see if I can keep it going for another, 5 or 6 minutes. What shall I talk about? Oh, my brother got a katana. He got like an actual katana. I'm jealous about that. That's sick. He also got he wanted a pellet gun. And he got this crazy giant full metal revolver pellet gun. Like, it looks real as can be, feels real as can be. Excuse me. It's full metal. It's awesome. Excuse me. Excuse me. I apologize. That's what I'm talking about. I picked up the liquid death and my body's like, no more, please, God. Because of the burps, not because of the flavor. I can talk about my antidepressants. That's a fun, positive topic. I've been taking them now for 3 weeks, 2 weeks at least. Because I was deep in the depths of depression, straight up chemical imbalance, and I still don't know if I've truly reaped the benefits of it, because it takes a month or two to really absorb the true benefit of it. But I've been taking them every morning. I haven't missed a day. They're 50 milligrams of prozapatine. I don't freaking know. I don't even know why I tried. I believe it's the generic of Prozac, but I don't know. So I don't even take that with the literal grain of salt. I have no idea. Generic. Did I say general? I said generic brand. Whatever. So that's going good. 50 milligrams of that. So that's going good. I haven't felt in that deep, dark depression state, which it doesn't hurt that, the Christmas time is a positive time and we're going through that. But man, it was terrible. But now I for sure, I not only can see the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm getting close enough to where I'm thinking about getting my sunglasses out because it's getting a little too bright. Dumbest thing ever. Man, can't even. So next podcast is the 1 year anniversary. Of the podcast. 52 episodes. And there's 52 weeks in a year, so makes sense. But man, ladies and gentlemen, this has been I feel like I've grown so much in just a year, podcast wise. And now I can't even imagine what it'll be like in 5 years when I'm on, what is that going to be, 350 episodes. Man, crazy. And how many trips I'll go on by then. Whew. Oh yeah, that's another aspect about the traveling videos. My plan is to make 30 videos when I'm there. Yeah, you heard that right, 30 more or less. I want to make as many videos as I can, and there'll be Bald and Bankrupt / Harald Balder style, where very low amount of edits, just one shot more or less of just experiencing it, because I feel like that's a lot more immersive as opposed to putting music behind it and edits and all that jazz. So yeah, so for example, getting a tattoo in Chiang Mai, Thailand, 75-cent pho in Thailand, getting into trouble in Thailand, making new friends in Thailand, like all these different things. And hopefully, this is my plan, or it's my thought and hope, that hopefully I will have enough subscriber growth from that. Plus, I'll be starting a Patreon, and I'll be releasing that with the year anniversary as well. But hopefully those videos will carry me to enough money to be able to go on another trip very soon after. And if I do that, I have won. I have entered the infinite travel loop. Because that means, and that's best case scenario, ladies and gentlemen. So, that's what I'm hoping for. It's not even necessarily what I think will happen. That's just what I'm hoping for. So if I do that, now I scrounge up enough money to go on this first trip, and after I upload all the videos, which hopefully maybe I'll do one every 3 days or something, so that's 3 months worth of videos. Hopefully by then, I will have made enough money to go on another one. And then I just continue that cycle, and the traveling videos pay for themselves, and I just keep going, and I go all over the ding-dong world, and I live happily ever after. And not to mention, I'm going to continue these podcasts. The hotel I'm getting, this Mushroom Hotel, has got free Wi-Fi, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm not missing a Monday. And unless the Wi-Fi is like a couple kilobytes a second, then I'll be hurting. Then I might not be able to upload it, but I will pre-record podcasts so I never miss a Monday. So I'm recording podcasts in these places. I'll record a podcast with the pyramids in the background, with the Thailand jungle, inside the hotel, maybe, like all these cool things, so I'm not stopping the podcast by any means. Not stopping the podcast. The channel has always been travel videos and podcasts. Look at my banner, my YouTube banner. Travel videos and podcasts. That'll So that, combined with my Z-Time meditation channel, and if the travel videos go off, I might slow down on the Z-Time meditation videos, but, well, of course, if I'm traveling all the time, I won't be able to, but the future's looking bright, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very, very excited about the future, and I hope you guys are too. So, with all of that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I really do. And I will see you guys next Monday for the year anniversary episode 52. Thank you all for watching. Peace.